Today I'm gonna give you guys the 5 best loadouts to use right now in season 2. If any of these loadouts help you out, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Now let's hop right into the loadouts for them. So starting out with the first loadout we are rocking, of course, is the Ram 7. Now starting out with the muzzle, you guys should be rocking, of course, is the Caster's Break. This is why I feel like actually helps out a lot with that recoil control, especially at the long range, because this actually helps out with your horizontal recoil and your firing aim and stability. It's gonna be the best muzzle for the Ram. Now coming out for the barrel attachment, I do feel like that the Cronin Headwind long barrel is going to be the best choice for you guys. Well, actually does help us with your bullet velocity and range, firing aim and sway, and your firing aim and stability. It's going to be the best choice for you guys. Now coming down for the stats for this one, your efficient and your minimum damage range is up by like plus 21, and your bullet velocity is up by plus 25. This is going to be the best barrel for the Ram 7. Now coming down for the magazine, now of course if you guys like me like to play trios and quads or solo quads a lot, you guys should be knowing like 1v4 situations or just even playing as a party, you guys should be rocking questions a 60 round mag. Now if you're playing maybe like solo and duos, probably maybe a 40 round to help you guys out for more ADS speed, movement speed. But for me, I like to play in a bigger size game mode, so of course 60 round is going to be the best choice. Now for the underbarrel attachment, I do feel like the Bruin heavy support grip is going to be the best choice for you guys. Now of course there are some rumors about this one is going to be another good choice, the pivot vertical grip. But if you guys actually look at the stats, right, look how you guys can see the recoil control is literally helps out with 11%, your horizontal helps out with 12%, but it actually adds on your vertical for plus 4, and your pivot helps out with the recoil control by 15, your vertical by 12, and actually gives your horizontal by plus 4. So you guys can let me know down in the comment section which one's going to be the best choice, the Bruin or of course the pivot vertical grip. I still feel like that the Bruin support is going to be the best choice for you guys, and which I'm actually used for my class up to help you guys out. Now coming out for the final attachment, of course I do feel like that the best stock for this one is going to be the HVS 3.4 pad, where it does help us with your gun kick control, your recoil control, and of course if you actually look at the stats, your recoil control helps out by 20%, and your vertical and horizontal helps out by 8%. And you guys actually can see, even with like a 3-plate, you guys actually can see on how good the recoil control looks like for the Ram 7. Like just look at it, it barely even moves as it is, especially with just me just holding down my right stick. Accuracy by 71%, killed all 3 targets, barely missed a shot. I mean, this is like one of the best builds you guys should rock right now. So our second loadout we're rocking is the HRM9. Now starting with the first attachment for my muzzle, I'm rocking, of course, is the Zim 35 compensated flash hider, which I do feel like recently this has been a good muzzle to rock for the SMGs. I really don't see a lot of people rocking it for the assault rifles, but I feel like for an SMG, this is going to be the best one. Now, this actually does help out with your short and radar ping, your vertical and your horizontal helps out a lot, and of course helps out with your fine aim stability as well. Now if you guys want to look at the stats for this one, vertical helps out with the 15% and your horizontal helps out with the 5%. Coming down for the barrel attachment, now I'm rocking, of course, the Thorn 90 barrel, where it does help out is with your aiming down sight speed, your sprint to fire, and your sprint speed as well. Our third attachment on the list we're rocking, of course, is the 50 round mag, especially for like an SMG. The 20 round is not going to be enough, and I know the default is like 30, but the biggest mag is going to be helpful for any size game mode, even for like solo and duo. So just remember that this like it's going to be the best mag choice for the HRM9. Our fourth attachment on the list for the stock I'm of course rocking is the folding stock, where actually does help out with your recoil control, your gun kick control, and your firing aim stability. This actually is like one of the best stocks for the HRM9, where actually does help out with your recoil control with the 9%, and your vertical and your horizontal helps out with the negative 14%. This is going to be one of the best stock choices for the HRM9. Now coming out for the final attachments, of course, for my underbarrel, I like the SC rock as a DR6 hand stop for an SMG. Now this actually does help out with your aim and walking speed, your aim and on sight speed, your sprint to fire speed, and your movement speed. This is going to be one of the best underbarrel choices for the gun. And of course, this is what it looks like in the firing range. Of course, you guys can actually see from like close and medium range. The recoil control could be somewhat there, but just remember, man, like once you get to like those long range fights, it can be a little bit iffy. But remind you, this is an SMG, not long range. Now let's hop into the third loadout. The third loadout on the list we have is the BP50. Now this is not one of the best assault rifles, but this can be somewhat a good long range and could be somewhat of a good hybrid AR/SMG build. Now I'm gonna be explaining like a good setup to help out with that long range to help you guys out. So starting with the muzzle, of course you guys should be rocking questions the BT7 suppressor. This actually gonna help out with that recoil control, your bullet velocity and damage range, and you should be hitting off the radar a lot, especially with this attachment. Coming down for the barrel attachment, you guys should be rocking this the Lord 9 heavy barrel, which actually does help out with your bullet velocity and range, gun kick control, your recoil control, and your firing aim and stability. Now of course coming out for the stats for this one, you guys can get 15% efficient and and minimum damage, and it helps out with the bullet velocity with the plus 18%. With the recoil control helps out with the 5%, and your vertical and your horizontal helps out with the 8 and 7% chance. Coming out for the magazine, you guys should be rocking, of course, the 45 rounds. This is the biggest mag for this weapon, but it could be somewhat good and somewhat bad. I know a lot of people like, of course, is a bigger magazine, like a 60 round, but the 45 is going to be the best choice. Now for the underbarrel attachment for this one, I did say before that the Bruin Heavy Support Grip is like the best choice for the Ram 7, but I do feel like for the BP, the pivot is going to be the best choice for you guys. Now the reason why I'm gonna say this is because the recoil control with the negative 16% helps out a lot, especially at range with this gun, and that vertical helps out with the 12% as well. But the horizontal is going to be somewhat easy to manage, especially with the next couple attachments I'm going to be explaining for later. You ain't going to really notice about the horizontal. And for the final attachment for the stock, of course, rocking is the Mo 40 stock. Now it actually does help us with your gun kick control, your aiming down sight speed, your aiming walking speed, and your recoil control. It's going to be the best stock for you guys. Now of course, if you guys want to look at the stats, negative 25%, horizontal and vertical with the negatives as well. This is going to be the best choice, especially from what I said before about the underbarrel. This is going to be the manage around this, especially for helping out with the gun recoil. And if you guys want to look at it in the fire range, of course you guys can see this what it looks like from close. This will look like for medium, and remind you, this with 18 bullets left. Let's see if I can actually kill him as fast as I can. So barely I can, but I mean, look, you guys can see it's perfectly accurate, you know, easy to manage, easy to control the recoil control, and especially like I'm barely even missing a shot as much. And as you can see, even with me killing 70% of the accuracy is still pretty good. So, you know, let's hop right into the fourth one. The fourth loadout we're rocking is the WSP9, which a lot of people has been sleeping on this gun recently, and especially since it got a buff again. You know, this is going to be the best attachments I'm going to showcase for you guys for this gun. Now coming out for the muzzle, of course you guys should be rocking is the compensated flash hider. It's going to be the best choice. Coming out for the barrel. Now for the barrel attachment, I actually do like the rock, of course, is the his short light barrel. Well, now this actually does help us with your aiming down sight speed and your sprint to fire speed and your sprint speed as well. I actually do like to have SMGs of more mobility and some of a good recoil control for long range types of fights. Now coming out for the magazine, of course, you guys should be rocking, of course, it's a 50 round. Now for the underbarrel attachment, I do say before that the DR6 hand stop is going to be the best choice, but it helps out with your aiming down sight speed a lot and your sprint to fire speed a lot. So remember to do is to literally put on the hand stop. You actually would thank me later about this build. And coming out for the final attachment for the stock, of course, I like the rock is the Fat 3 stock, where it does help us with your aiming down sight speed, your movement speed, and your sprint to fire speed as well. And you guys, as you can see, even with the movement speed for this gun, you know, even with the strafing, like you guys can see, like the gun can still kill fast as it does, even with 3 plates, you know, medium and close range. You know, this is actually going to be the best build that I would actually recommend for the WSP9. You know, y'all let me know down in the comment section below, is this SMG pretty much valid? Now let's hop right into the last weapon. Coming down to our fifth and final loadout, we're going to be talking about the ATTAC Evaluator, Evolver, however you guys want to say it. I'm going to show you guys the long range build for this one. I really don't know too much about the up close range build, but the best long range, I'm going to help you guys out just to show you guys on how much good it does with the damage range, especially how it feels like after the update. So starting with the muzzle, you guys should be rocking, of course, is the BT7 suppressor L, where actually does help out with your recoil control, your bullet velocity, and your damage range. So coming up for the barrel attachment, now there are 2 different types of barrels that I would actually recommend, but I feel like the strongest one I would actually recommend is probably going to be the Avision 762 heavy barrel. This is actually going to be the best one in my opinion, because this actually does help us with your recoil control, your gun kick control, and your aiming out sway at long range. Now I do know a lot of people are going to say, well, why not the righteous long barrel? It actually does help us with your bullet velocity and range, especially it can help us out with that efficient damage range as well. But I still feel like this is going to be the best choice for you guys. Now even for like a medium and long range, the gun still kills as the same as if you had the righteous barrel on, but I do feel like the fiction one is going to be the best choice. Now coming out for the ammunition round, I am rocking, of course, it's the 762 high grain round max. This is going to be the best choice in my opinion. This actually does help out with your bullet velocity and your damage range, but we're not really going to worry about too much of the recoil control because we're going to be helping out with some of the other attachments that help out at range with that recoil. And then you guys can see the efficient, the minimum, and the bullet velocity is all plus 15. So this is going to be the best attachment choice. Now for my fourth attachment for the stock, I'm of course rocking is the Rampart heavy stock, where actually does help us with your gun kick control and your recoil control. And you guys can actually look from the stats, the recoil control helps out with the 17%, and your vertical and horizontal helps out with the 13% as well. So this is going to be the counter for the ammunition for the recoil control at range. So just remember, this is going to be the best stock for this gun. And for the final attachment for the rear grip, I'm rocking, of course, is the Respawn grip, where actually does help us with your aiming out sway, your gun kick control, and your recoil control. And you guys can look from the stats, helps out with the with the recoil control and your horizontal and your vertical with the 10% chance. So this is going to be one of the best rear grips to help us out with that recoil control. And you guys as you can see, even from the range as it does look like up close, medium, and of course the long range spikes, this gun can still kill us as much as it does. And even with 40 bullets to take all 3 dummies out with +3 armor, this gun kills as fast as it does. So just remember, this is going to be the best LMG choice I would actually give you. So that's all about the 5 best loadouts to help you guys out. If any of these loadouts do help you out, remember to do is hit that thumbs up on today's video, share this with your friends, hit that subscribe button if you guys are brand new, and comment down below if you guys want to see me to do another top 5 loadout. I'll see you guys in the next one.